Go. Are we live? Oh, it's working. Okay, so today's notes. Pretty easy, and there's no backside to this, okay? So it should be a pretty easy day. Thank goodness it's Friday, huh? Everybody's so awake today. Okay, so today's objectives. We are going to add or subtract rational expressions. Okay, so rational, this is rational. So the word rational means fraction, right? Hopefully you've got that. Oftentimes you'll see in some different SAT questions, they'll say something about a rational number, and kids don't have a clue what a rational number is, but you guys do. A rational number is just a fraction, okay? Okay, so what do we do? Well, so we're going to just add, just like our warm-up. So we must have a common denominator. Right? And we do. In example 1, we have a common denominator. It is the x plus 1. Now, if we go back to our warm-up, right? Well, not our warm-up, but when I did our fractions, right? If it already has a common denominator, we just add them, correct? And so if I take a look at example 1, it already has a common denominator, x plus 1. We're not going to write it twice, just like the 7. It's just, we wrote 7, so we wrote 7, right? That's our common denominator. So we do the exact same thing here. I'm going to say, okay, my common denominator is an x plus 1, and then I'm going to add 2x plus 4, and a 2x plus 4 is just a 2x plus 4. You cannot add these, okay? Now, sometimes we can do more with this. Sometimes we might be able to factor and cancel, but in this case, if I did, it doesn't really help me, okay? So I did factor out a 2. Sometimes I want to do that because it'll cancel and make it better. In this example, it didn't really do that, so I could take either answer. I don't really mind either. This answer is fine without it being factored, or the factored form. But oftentimes, if we can factor and do something with it, then it's worthwhile. Okay, now example 2 might work that way, okay? Thumbs up, I had a common denominator, I just added them, boom, done. Make a little bit of sense? Are you guys good? Okay, let's slide to number 2, okay? So number 2, common denominator. We have a common denominator, right? So our common denominator really is the x plus 4. Okay, that's my common denominator. And then I'm just going to add them. 6x plus 24. Okay, but in this case, if I think about it, right, if I take out a 6, I'd have an x plus 4, right? So in this case, factoring is going to be helpful. So let's factor. Now we should be able to simplify. So I common factor out of 6, and then lo and behold, I'll have a 6x plus 4, which is nice to have an x plus 4, because if I common factor out that 6, and then I can cancel, right? X plus 4 with x plus 4, and then all I'm left with is just 6 is the answer. How's that? Okay, number 3. Well, I don't have a common denominator, okay? So what I can do is multiply the second fraction by 3x, and the first fraction by 7, 7. So if I multiply by 3x, 7, then we'll have the same thing, right? So I'm going to multiply this one by 3x over 3x. Okay. And I'll multiply this one by 7 over 7. So then I'll have a 28 over 21x minus a 6x squared over a 21x. Am I going too fast or am I doing okay? So the idea is to get a common denominator. Even though the common denominator is in terms of x, I still have a common denominator, right? So now, since I have a common denominator, which is a 21x, I can subtract them. So I'm going to go 28 minus 6x squared. See, I'm doing this 28 subtract 6x squared, which is just 28 subtract 6x squared. And that's it. If I factored, it's not going to do me any good. I can see that already. If I take out a 2, it won't do me any good. So that's about all I have. How's that for an easy day, huh? Not too bad? We'll do the hard ones on Monday. So that's all I have. So homework today is page 187. We're going to do 1 through 6, all, and the extra is number 7. Okay, how's that for an easy Friday, huh? Let's see if we can get it done, and then even better, huh? If we get it done, then we are finished. Okay, stop. Stop. I almost think it's the remote, but I don't know.